Yields back, and Mr. Johnson, you are recognized now for 5 minutes.
Well, thank you, Chairwoman Schakowsky. I really appreciate you waving me on to your subcommittee today. I'm very pleased that my legislation, H.R. 5476, the Advancing Tech Startups Act, was included in today's legislative hearing. I'm also pleased that this legislation has received bipartisan support from my colleagues Bobby Rush and Dean Phillips. This legislation promotes a national strategy for encouraging more tech-focused startups and small businesses in all parts of the United States. I mean, you don't have to be in Silicon Valley to successfully launch a tech startup. The talent, sustainable cost structure, and opportunities are available in many locations across the country. Specifically, H.R. 5476 requires the Secretary of Commerce, in coordination with the heads of other appropriate federal agencies, to conduct a study within 2 years on the impact of technology startup companies on the United States economy. This study must establish a list providing descriptions and the locations dedicated to the creation, development, and growth of tech startups, in addition to a list detailing the activities of public-private partnerships focused on promoting tech startups. Furthermore, this study requires the development of a comprehensive list of federal agencies asserting jurisdiction over entities and industry sectors dedicated to the creation and growth of all tech startups, and to also identify all federal rules and regulations as they relate to states, cities, or geographic areas committed to the creation of technology startup companies. This information can really help identify barriers that may hinder technology and small business startups from taking root all across the country. Additionally, in order to identify emerging risks, long-term trends, and to assess the severity of risks posed to relevant marketplaces and supply chains, this study must also include a survey of relevant marketplaces and supply chains impacting the creation, growth, and development of technology startups. As we all know and are continuing to experience, the pandemic has served as a painful lesson about the importance of creating products, supply chains, and intellectual capital right here at home. We can't rely on China or anyone else, and we don't need to. While we must ensure our supply chains are resilient in a global economy, we must also be self-sufficient in critical areas, and it's time to fully unleash the American spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship across the entire United States. As I mentioned, you don't have to be in Silicon Valley to successfully launch a tech startup. Some of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle may already know that both Columbus and Cincinnati were named in Forbes' list of top 10 rising cities for startups. For instance, Columbus-based Ready Robotics empowers manufacturers to be more competitive through a line of easy-to-use industrial robotic systems. Additionally, FISNA, short for Physical DNA, is a fast-growing software company based in downtown Cincinnati that offers industry-leading geometric deep learning technology, including a geometric search engine that allows users to search, store, and share and collaborate on 2.5 million 3D models. And from Youngstown, just outside my district, Juggerbot 3D is an additive manufacturing machine builder whose mission is to design and build the finest 3D printing solutions in the world, while delivering technology solutions that meet their customers' criteria for performance, reliability, and value. Their goal is to deliver innovative products that break down barriers and open doors to new possibilities for their clients. By enabling companies to utilize readily available production materials for their additive manufacturing applications, Juggerbot is helping to push 3D printing to the forefront of production. And this is just a small sampling of the innovation taking place through tech startups in Ohio. Madam Chairman, it's time to tap into the American spirit of ingenuity and entrepreneurship that is expanding and thriving well beyond Silicon Valley. so that we can all ensure that all parts of the United States can benefit from these tech startups. I did have a question from Mr. Lincecum, but I see that my time has expired, so I will yield back at this point. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Well, go Ohio and go Midwest. And the gentleman